Despite the many events that can interrupt life, Martin and Katie Luther settled down to a domestic life in Wittenberg. They eventually had 6 children. This is a photograph from the Luther house in Wittenberg in what is called the Luther room.
The table is the most prominent object in the room. No one knows for sure whether the table stands today where it used to be positioned, and it is just barely possible that the table came from elsewhere in the house. But this very typical Renaissance-era table, of a style popular especially in southern Germany and the Alpine region, is probably where Martin Luther did a great deal of his thinking and writing. Many sermons and books were probably worked out here. In 1529, quite likely seated at this table, Luther took to writing a catechism, he said, for the raw pagans.
Luther was a university professor, but he never became simply a stuffy academic type. Luther was a pastor. From the beginning, his reforming efforts were aimed at the care of souls, including his own. So when Luther found out from parish visitations starting in 1527 that people were abysmally ignorant of the 10 Commandments, the Creed, and the Lord's Prayer, he set about writing the most famous and influential books he ever composed. There was the Large Catechism for adults, and especially for those who taught the Christian faith, and there was the Small Catechism, which even children can learn. Can't you imagine this? There was Luther sitting at his desk, writing away on the catechism, when all of a sudden he felt a pull on his pants leg from one of his own small children who came upstairs to see him in his room. Luther knew his audience. He had them right under his nose.